Not a fan of this short film. I'm sorry. And I want to stress, if you like it, cool. But I was not a fan. This is not the Star Trek I want. I want actors. I want characters. Let's move on to a lighter topic. Let's talk about some Star Trek, guys. So this made the rounds maybe a week or so ago. This Star Trek YouTube video, essentially, and everybody, even the chuds, talked about how great it was. I wasn't thrilled by it really at all, but we will go over it. If you like it, that is very reasonable. Well, the Mahler fan Reddit loves it. /Mahler, new fan-made Star Trek short, 765874 unification is heartbreaking and beautiful. Please take 10 minutes out of your days to watch it. Big praise from the Mahler subreddit, but let's go ahead and dive in here. Now, okay, good start. Giving us a good old Kirk quote. Cool. And we got Gary Mitchell there for reasons, and then it looks like the planet from Generations where Kirk died. And then some Starfleet shit. It looks like the volume on this is really high, so let me turn it down a bit. So it looked like kind of just a cool stock reel. Okay. My impression upon watching this is that essentially this is supposed to be the afterlife after Kirk died in Generations. Real quick, that has become such an overused shot since the first Gladiator. Everybody does that shot. It drives me nuts anymore. It's so overdone. Holy shit. I was going to lay some praise down on this before we get too much further. So, from a technical aspect, this looks good. There's a little bit of uncanny valley going on, but pretty much from beginning to end, this looks really fucking good. We'll get into my actual issues later, but my issues with this have nothing to do with how it looks. To my understanding, it's Sam Witwer who's like the actual person there, and then they got some face capture from William Shatner, and then it's obviously just kind of deep faked at that point. And then we got Robin Curtis as Savick, who is apparently she died at some point, and I guess she would be older than Kirk since he went like 100 years into the future at that point, but I didn't know she was supposed to be dead, or is she not supposed to be dead? And this, yeah, that I have issues. That being said, it is cool seeing Robin Curtis again as Savick. And I guess that dude's supposed to be her and Spock's son when they finger banged on the Genesis planet. But yeah, we'll get into it. I feel like this dude's a reference to something, but I don't remember what. So probably a fairly deep cut. If even I'm like, I don't remember. And we got a young Kirk there, and again, it looks pretty fucking good, especially for a fan film. This is from a technical level cool. And there's the Kirk we just saw again. Okay. I mean, it's kind of cool that we're seeing like Admiral Kirk and Captain Kirk meeting, but like, are we doing anything with it? Spoiler, we're not. And then there's the Kirk we've been following the whole time. And we got 3 Kirks here. Like I said before, from a technical aspect, cool, but like, I don't. Okay.
There are always possibilities, Spock said.
Hey, dialogue. Too bad it's archive footage, but yeah.
And if Genesis is indeed life from death, I must return to this place again.
Now, apparently, this is what they said is this isn't deep fake at all. This is a guy under a whole bunch of makeup to look more like Leonard Nimoy. Essentially, they cast a guy that looks a lot like Leonard Nimoy, and they add some perspex to make him look more like Leonard Nimoy. So it's like, okay, we're finally at it. So Kirk is visiting Spock on his deathbed in the Kelvin universe, I assume, where Spock died finally. So let's get to the meat and potatoes of this. I'm excited to see what they do with this moment that I saw everybody talk about. This is a great thing. Let's see what they do with it. Yeah, I don't know if I believe that's pure prosthetics. I think there's some definitely deep fakery going off his face too. Okay, we just sat through it. From a so I don't want to like be too cruel on this. And if you like this, I'm glad you got something from this that I did not. Um, I personally um felt this was a technical achievement. I felt like it was made by fans with love, so I don't want to be too cruel to it. That being said, I'm sorry. I have like as much as I think this technically looks pretty cool, there's nothing in it for me. Like, if the whole thing was like deep fake William Shatner and deep fake Leonard Nimoy, and they share like a couple moments like conversing briefly, that would have meant so much. But so much of it is just like fan wank, meeting Savick and then meeting Spock's son, and then meeting this dude who I don't even know, who's such a deep cut, I don't even know his fucking name. Um, and then the three Shatners meeting. It's like, I mean, fan wank's the best way to describe it. It feels like such fucking fan wank. And I don't want to be like, oh, these guys suck. Because I actually feel like it's a technical achievement. It looks cool. But all the people who are out there saying this is the best Star Trek we've gone, in like 10 years or whatever, I'm sorry, no. I would rather Star Trek with stories. Star Trek with like, um, rather than like deep faking these characters, I would like to see new actors' interpretation of them. I'd like to see these characters grow and mature. I don't want to see, I honestly don't want to see more of this stuff. 'Cause this is just it's fake and it's artificial. And, this moment between Kirk and Spock where they just hold hands for a moment, um, this might have worked better if maybe it was just live action. But part of me when I watch this is it just my brain is activating and I'm like, "This is really fucking fake." And it's hard for me to get too invested with how just obviously fake it is. It's like, what would I rather? Like a billion shorts like this where we digitally recreate Jeffrey Hunter to do Captain Pike adventures, except he never says anything and just walks around for like 10 minutes? Or would I rather Strange New Worlds and Anson Mount's reinterpretation of the character? The answer is no question. Anson Mount, who is, by the way, my favorite version of Pike. Better than Jeffrey Hunter, better than Bruce Greenwood. By the way, we haven't had a bad Captain Pike. They're all great. We also haven't had a bad Spock. We've had Leonard Nimoy, who is still my favorite. He's the classic. But we also got Zachary Quinto, and then we got Ethan Peck. Ethan Peck's my second favorite at this point. Zachary Quinto's great too. He plays his emotions a bit more to the surface, but they all have their own interpretation of the characters. And I like that. I like seeing the characters in new light. I don't like this deep fake crap. I just don't. And again, I don't want to be too mean about it because I feel like this was made with love and affection. And I don't want to be like, your Star Trek sucks. But this is not the Star Trek I want to see. It's not. The amount of people talk about how this is the best Star Trek in 10 years. I'm sorry. No, you are wrong. You are so goddamn wrong. And again, it's one of those things. I can't stress this enough. There's obviously love and affection went behind this. They got William Shatner and Robin Curtis to contribute. Obviously, we saw Robin Curtis. I don't know how much William Shatner we're getting under all that CGI, but apparently he's in there somewhere. This is called 765874 Unification. If you want to watch it, it is not listed on YouTube. You have to look for it on Google. Apparently Elam likes it, so he's gonna claw me a bit. Elam's like, this is based, Dad. I love this Star Trek. But if you look for it on Google, you'll find articles that post the link to this. You can watch it on your own. Like I said, I think there's lots of love going into this. There's affection. There's good intent. I don't want to like be mean to the intent behind this, but this is not the Star Trek I want to see going forward. It's not. For like a little one-off 10-minute fan film, it's fine. It's in fact, for a little one-off 10-minute fan film, it's actually quite impressive. But this is not what I want to see for the future of Star Trek. This should be like just a one-off and then done. Yeah, Lower Decks exist. Strange New Worlds exist. I know Discovery gets lots of shit, but Discovery is fucking decent. It is. And I guess that ended a little bit ago. Lower Decks is ending soon, but we got more Strange New Worlds coming up. Yeah, Strange New Worlds is really good. My biggest complaint about Strange New Worlds is that they don't do enough episodes. I want 20 episode seasons of Strange New Worlds. I really do. But yeah, like I appreciate this movie for this technical aspects. It looks good, but this is not the Star Trek I want. I want Star Trek with characters that I can invest in. I like actors putting their interpretation to characters. Like I would like more series. God, talk about how much I like Strange New Worlds when that does this a lot. But I want honestly, I kind of want more Star Trek series, a bit more like Discovery, where it's like, here's more characters we've never seen before. We're gonna let them expand the universe. Strange New Worlds is great, but like, yeah, it's having lots of reinterpretation of characters. And what makes it work is the fact that those reinterpretations are actually really fucking good, and I really appreciate them. Not a fan of this short film. I'm sorry. And I want to stress, if you like it, cool. But I was not a fan. This is not the Star Trek I want. I want actors. I want characters. I want like Star Trek was so famous for like lots of political storylines and like, and messages and stuff like that. The message behind this is Kirk in the afterlife doing things to make the special effects guys show off. And that's kind of it. I've heard good things about For All Mankind. I've obviously never seen it. I don't have Apple TV, but I've heard really good things about it. But Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of this one, unfortunately.
Books, records, films, these things matter. Call me shallow. It's the fucking truth.